For centuries, humanity has waged a silent war over truth, a war of knowledge. At the heart of this conflict lies one of the most profound questions. What is the true nature of the world we live in? The Bible tells us in Ephesians 6:12 that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This verse gives us a clue about the true nature of the war being fought around us, the seed war. The fallen watchers, the angels who rebelled against God and corrupted mankind in ancient times, did not stop with corrupting human genetics through the Nephilim. They corrupted our understanding of the very creation we live in. They warped our perception of the earth and the heavens to lead us away from God's truth. But what if the ancient descriptions of the earth, as found in the Bible and other sacred texts, were more accurate than what modern science teaches? Could it be that the modern globe model is part of a massive deception designed to obscure spiritual truths? And what role do the fallen watchers, masquerading as extraterrestrials, play in this ongoing lie? To begin, we must look at the ancient descriptions of the world that consistently portray a flat earth encased in a solid dome known as the firmament. Let's start with the Bible, a source of divine revelation that, for centuries, provided humanity with an understanding of the cosmos. Genesis 1:6-8. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so." Here, the firmament is not just symbolic. It is a literal structure created by God to separate the waters above from the waters below. The firmament, or the rakia in Hebrew, is described as a solid dome that holds back the waters, with the stars, sun, and moon placed within it. In this view, the earth is not a spinning ball floating in infinite space, but a flat, immovable plane with the heavens contained above. Isaiah 40:22. He sits enthroned above the circle of the earth, and its people are like grasshoppers. The Hebrew word for circle here, chug, refers to a disc or a flat circle, not a sphere. This is crucial because it aligns with a flat earth model rather than a globe. But this cosmology wasn't unique to the Hebrews. The ancient Egyptians, Sumerians, Babylonians, and even early Greeks all shared variations of a flat earth model. So why did this view change so dramatically? Let's turn our attention to the fallen watchers. According to the Book of Enoch and Genesis 6, these rebellious angels descended to earth and corrupted mankind, leading to the birth of the Nephilim. But their influence didn't stop with genetic corruption. They imparted forbidden knowledge to humanity, knowledge that continues to shape our understanding of the world today. In Enoch 8:1, we are told that Azazel and other watchers taught men to make swords, knives, shields, breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them. However, what's often overlooked is that they also taught astrology and divination, skills that would later be perverted into modern-day astronomy. By manipulating how we view the heavens, the fallen watchers began a campaign to distort humanity's understanding of God's creation. What if the shift from a flat, biblically aligned earth to a globe spinning in an infinite universe was part of the Watchers' plan to disconnect humanity from God's design? After all, the more distant the Creator seems, the easier it is for the enemy to sow doubt. At this point, many will ask, what about science? Isn't the globe model backed by centuries of scientific evidence? The truth is, there are significant gaps and contradictions in the globe model that are often overlooked or dismissed. Let's examine some of the most compelling evidence that challenges the idea of a spherical Earth. Horizon and curvature. One of the most obvious problems with the globe model is the lack of visible curvature. According to the globe model, the Earth should curve 8 inches per mile squared, which means that objects should quickly disappear from view as they recede over the horizon. However, countless observations contradict this. Example: On a clear day, observers on the shores of Lake Michigan can see the Chicago skyline from over 60 miles away. According to the globe model, the curvature of the Earth should obscure the lower 1,500 feet of the skyline, yet the buildings remain visible. This phenomenon has been captured multiple times, yet it remains largely ignored by mainstream science. Bedford Level Experiment. This famous experiment, conducted in the 19th century by Samuel Rowbotham, demonstrated that over a 6-mile stretch of water in a canal, no curvature was detected. If the Earth were truly curved, the water's surface should have dropped significantly, yet it remained level. The behavior of water. Water is one of the most compelling natural indicators of flatness. Water always finds its level. Whether in a glass, a lake, or an ocean, water consistently seeks a flat surface. If the Earth were a spinning globe, we would expect to see curvature on large bodies of water. Yet, none is observed. Experiments conducted on large lakes and oceans consistently show that water behaves as if it is resting on a flat surface. Flight paths and the flat Earth model. Modern air travel also raises questions. Many long-haul flight paths, particularly in the southern hemisphere, make no sense on a globe but can be easily explained on a flat Earth map. For example, flights between South America and Australia often take strange, circuitous routes, sometimes stopping in North America. On a flat Earth map, these flight paths appear direct and logical, but on a globe, they seem unnecessarily complicated. Why would airlines choose such inefficient routes? Could it be that the Earth's true shape is being hidden from us? NASA and space deception. One of the strongest arguments for the globe is the imagery provided by NASA and other space agencies. But these images are not as reliable as many believe. NASA has admitted to using CGI in many of its so-called photographs of the Earth. In fact, the famous blue marble image from 1972 was created using composite data and digital manipulation. Even astronauts themselves have been caught in strange contradictions. Footage from the International Space Station shows anomalies such as bubbles in space, objects on wires, and strange lighting effects that suggest much of what we see is filmed on Earth rather than in space. Could this be part of a larger effort to maintain the deception? Part 4. Alien Deception and the Seed War. Now that we've established the possibility that the globe model is part of the Great Deception, we must turn to the role of the fallen watchers in shaping our modern worldview. In recent years, we've seen an explosion of interest in extraterrestrial life, UFOs, and government disclosure of alien contact. But what if these beings aren't aliens at all? The Bible warns us of a coming great deception. In 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verses 9 to 11, Paul speaks of the coming of the lawless one and the signs and wonders that will deceive many. These fallen watchers, who once corrupted humanity before the flood, are preparing to return. This time not as angels, but as so-called extraterrestrials. Their goal? To convince humanity that salvation and higher knowledge come from the stars, from other planets, and not from the Creator. By presenting themselves as benevolent beings from far-off galaxies, the fallen watchers aim to lead humanity into a new form of idolatry and spiritual slavery. But if we understand that the Earth is not a spinning ball in infinite space, but rather a flat, immovable plane created by God, this deception falls apart. The fallen watchers' plan hinges on convincing us that we are insignificant specks in an infinite universe. By reclaiming the truth about the Earth, we can see through their lies. Part 5. Seeking the Truth in the Final Days of the Seed War. We are in the final stages of the Seed War, and the stakes couldn't be higher. As the Watchers continue to deceive the world, we must arm ourselves with the truth, both spiritual and physical. The truth about the flat Earth is not just a scientific or philosophical issue. It's part of a larger battle for our souls. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 24, Jesus warned that false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. This warning is more relevant now than ever. The coming deception involving aliens, extraterrestrial life, and false cosmology is designed to draw us away from the Creator. But by grounding ourselves in the truth of Scripture and rediscovering the ancient understanding of the cosmos, we can resist this deception and remain faithful to God's design. The watchers may try to obscure the truth, but those who seek will find, and those who knock will have the door open to them. The seed war is about more than just genetics or physical battles. It's about knowledge, true knowledge that connects us with our Creator. The enemy's greatest weapon has always been deception, but we have the power to expose it. As we continue to peel back the layers of lies, we grow stronger in our faith and understanding. The flat earth is not just an idea, it's a key to unlocking the deeper truths of the seed war. Together, let's seek the truth, expose the lies, and stand firm in the knowledge that God has given us. But don't take my word for it. There are so many others that offer great resources in this regard, and we too will cover more as we cover this ongoing battle. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share with as many people as you are able, as this is one small part we can all do in this information war aspect of what is going on. Part 6. Voices of the Movement. Testimonies from Flat Earth researchers and truth seekers. Throughout the ages, people have questioned the mainstream narrative about the Earth's shape, exploring the possibility that the Flat Earth model holds the key to understanding deeper spiritual truths. In recent years, several prominent voices have emerged, providing insight, evidence, and perspective on this topic. Their testimonies align with the broader seed war narrative, reinforcing the idea that humanity has been deliberately deceived about the true nature of God's creation. These truth seekers draw connections between flat Earth cosmology and the coming Great Deception, urging believers and non-believers alike to examine the evidence for themselves. Dean Odell, a well-known pastor and author of The Coming Great Deception and the Luciferian Plan, has been a vocal advocate of the flat Earth model. He believes that understanding the true nature of the Earth is critical to unmasking the lies of the enemy and preparing for the coming deception. In one of his sermons, Odell emphasized the spiritual importance of the flat Earth understanding. The flat Earth model is not just about disproving NASA or exposing the lies of modern science. It's about revealing the truth that the Bible has declared all along, that we are the center of God's creation, and that He placed us here under the firmament, not in a random, infinite universe. The globe deception is part of the Luciferian agenda to make people feel insignificant, disconnected from their Creator, and more susceptible to the coming alien deception. Dean Odell also points to 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verses 9 to 12, where Paul warns of a coming delusion so strong that it could deceive even the elect. He connects this passage to the modern obsession with space, aliens, and extraterrestrial life, seeing it as part of the fallen watcher's ultimate plan to lead humanity astray. George Hobbs, host of the Flat Earth Files podcast, regularly explores how the flat Earth theory is deeply intertwined with spiritual warfare and the deception orchestrated by the global elite. Hobbs often highlights how understanding the true shape of the Earth can unlock a greater understanding of the ongoing spiritual battle. On one episode of his podcast, Hobbs stated, "If you take a hard look at the Bible and compare it to what mainstream science tells us, you'll see that the flat Earth makes much more sense. The firmament, the waters above, and the earth set on foundations are literal descriptions of how God made the world." By keeping people in the dark about this, the enemy prepares us for the Great Deception, whether it's through fake space exploration or the push for global governance based on lies. Hobbs argues that NASA, other space agencies, and the elites controlling the world are part of a larger, spiritually corrupt system that is preparing humanity for the arrival of so-called alien saviors, who are, in fact, fallen angels. He connects the rise in UFO sightings, alien abduction stories, and government disclosure of extraterrestrial activity to the end-time deception foretold in Scripture. David Weiss, also known as DITRH, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, is one of the most outspoken proponents of the Flat Earth model. His work focuses on breaking down the globe lie through logical, scientific, and observational evidence. Weiss is known for his ability to simplify complex ideas and present them in a way that challenges the status quo. In a recent interview, Weiss spoke about how the globe model is used to disconnect people from their creator. The globe model is one of the greatest deceptions in human history. By convincing us that we are living on a spinning ball in an infinite universe, the powers that be have severed our connection to God. They want us to believe that we are insignificant and that the answers lie in space. But the Bible tells us otherwise. The earth is flat, immovable, and at the center of creation. Once people realize this, they begin to wake up to the lies they've been fed their entire lives. Weiss points to various experiments, such as the laser tests across large bodies of water, to show that the Earth lacks the curvature that mainstream science claims it has. He also uses simple observable facts, such as flight paths and the behavior of the horizon, to build his case. Nathan Reynolds, a survivor of satanic ritual abuse, SRA, and author of Snatched from the Flames, has spoken extensively about the depths of spiritual deception and the personal journey he underwent to uncover the truth. His story is not only one of survival, but also of awakening, moving beyond the lies he was told by the elites involved in occult practices. While Reynolds does not explicitly advocate for flat earth theory, his testimony on deception and spiritual warfare resonates with those who are seeking truth in a world of lies. In his book, Snatched from the Flames, Reynolds writes about the layers of deception he had to break through. I was born into a world of lies and illusions, designed to keep me trapped in a reality I had no control over. It was only by the grace of God that I was able to see beyond the veil, to recognize that everything I had been told was a carefully constructed falsehood, designed to keep me away from the truth. Though Nathan does not address flat earth directly, his focus on unveiling hidden truths and exposing spiritual manipulation aligns with the broader theme of breaking free from deception. In his interviews, he speaks about the importance of questioning mainstream narratives and seeking the truth for oneself. The battle we're in is not just a battle for our minds, it's a battle for our souls. The elites, the rulers of this world, work tirelessly to keep us blind to what's really happening. Whether it's through entertainment, media, or education, the goal is the same: to keep us from seeing the truth that has been in front of us all along. The closer we get to exposing these lies, the more desperate the enemy becomes. Reynolds frequently emphasizes that true freedom comes from seeking God and breaking away from the systems designed to enslave humanity, systems that rely on deception and illusion. His testimony encourages others to question the official narratives they've been taught and seek a deeper understanding of the spiritual forces at work in the world today. It's not enough to simply survive the trauma. True healing comes when you can see the world for what it really is, when you can uncover the truth that's been hidden from you. And the truth will always point you back to God, to the Creator who made you and the world around you. Nathan Reynolds' journey out of deception mirrors the broader theme of the seed war, a struggle between truth and lies, between light and darkness. While his work doesn't directly address the flat earth model, his call to uncover hidden truths resonates deeply with those seeking to understand the true nature of our reality. Rob Skiba, a beloved researcher and speaker who delved deep into the flat earth theory and its connections to biblical cosmology, tied the flat earth model to the ancient Nephilim and the seed war. Skiba argued that understanding the true nature of the earth is essential to uncovering the full scope of the fallen watcher's plan to corrupt humanity. In one of his lectures, Skiba passionately explained, "The flat earth is more than just a scientific debate. It's a spiritual awakening. Once we understand that the earth is flat, with a firmament above, we start to see how the enemy has distorted our view of creation. The Nephilim, the Watchers, and the entire Genesis 6 conspiracy are part of a much bigger agenda. They are trying to sever humanity's connection with the Creator by making us believe we are insignificant specks in an endless universe. But if the earth is flat, immovable, and at the center of God's creation, it changes everything. It exposes the lies of the enemy and helps us prepare for the final battle in the seed war." Skiba's work connected the ancient knowledge of the Nephilim and the pre-flood world with modern-day deceptions. He saw flat Earth cosmology as the key to unlocking hidden truths that the fallen watchers had worked to obscure for millennia. Conclusion: a growing chorus for truth. The voices of these modern-day truth seekers reveal a powerful pattern, a call to return to the ancient understanding of God's creation, to see through the lies that have been fed to us by the elites and the fallen watchers. Dean Odell, George Hobbs, David Weiss, Nathan Reynolds, and Rob Skiba all point to the same conclusion. The flat Earth model is not just a theory, it's a vital part of the spiritual awakening needed to resist the coming Great Deception. By re-examining the evidence and returning to the Bible's description of the Earth, we can begin to peel away the layers of lies that have blinded humanity for centuries. The fallen watchers' plan hinges on keeping us disconnected from our Creator, and by exposing their deception, we become equipped for the final stages of the seed war.